This is Barcelona, and here is the center: Colón, Las Ramblas, Tibidabo, Sagrada Familia, Montjuic, Parkway, the beaches, and Camp Nou. And here is the Raval.
I love Raval.
Metro lines that pass through here are the green, red, and purple lines. The purple, or L2, will take you to the Sagrada Familia within 10 minutes. The red, or L1, will take you to North Station within 5 minutes. And the green, or L3, connects Plaza de Catalunya with Gracia, Camp Nou and Sand Station in just a moment. The metro stations that you'll find near this neighbourhood are Catalunya, Universitat, Sant Antoni, Liceu, Paral·lel, and Las Salas. Raval, the Gothic quarter born in Barceloneta, formed part of Ciutat Vella, Old City in English, which was once the entirety of Barcelona. Let's explain. Barcelona was once surrounded by walls. The first were these, built in the 1st century BC, when the city was a Roman colony known as Barquino. Then, between 1250 and 1350, Pere II el Gran, the Count of Barcelona, built these. Later, between 1350 and 1500, Conseil de Cent, or the Council of 100, which governed the city, expanded and strengthened the walls, including this area, which would become the Raval. And so they remained, until the 19th century, when population growth made life within the city walls unsustainable, so they destroyed them. The Raval is a neighbourhood full of history. Today, a plethora of cultures coexist here, making it the most cosmopolitan and multicultural neighbourhood in Barcelona.
¿De dónde eres? Where are you from?
Somos de aquí mismo.
I'm from Lebanon, Beirut.
Y soy Bangladesh.
Beirut, Lebanon.
¿Y dónde vives?
Barcelona,
¿En qué barrio?
Raval. Parece que todavía los turistas no han inundado, pero sí mucha gente de fuera.
Mira, el barrio lo que nos gusta en principio es la armonía que puede existir entre varias culturas y que hay una abertura hacia ello.
People are very nice.
It's bordered by one of the most known and visited places in Barcelona, Las Ramblas. This street, now littered with tourists and souvenir kiosks, in the late 18th century represented the main and widest avenue of the city. The nerve centre of the neighbourhood is this, Rambla del Raval. This zone is surrounded by restaurants. Here you can find the Film Archive of Catalunya and the Gato del Raval, which has become a symbol for the neighbourhood. Other popular streets in Raval are Carrer dels Tallers, where there are many musical instruments and vintage clothing stores, or Joaquim Costa, another benchmark street for bars and locales. And to eat or have a drink,
I would recommend my restaurant. It's called Teddy's, and it's sandwiches para llevar. I would also recommend the Rosa del Raval. It's a nice Mexican place, and they have nice mojitos and margaritas. I like it as well.
Hay tienda mucho sal.
Shopping is fun.
De compras, un sitio estupendo que hay.
You can find very good prices for everything.
Está aquí, en la calle está de aquí arriba, justo en la esquina.
Prices are lower than the rest of Barcelona.
Bueno, no me puedo no acordar de los nombres de las calles, pero bueno, está aquí al lado, ¿no?
Cuando quieres algo comprar, ven aquí.
the streets of this neighbourhood are full of history and also stories. One of the places where you can feel this is between Carrer del Carmen and Carrer del Hospital. Here's where you'll find the Jardins de Rubio y Lluc. It's a place that goes unnoticed, but is well worth visiting. Another place that may interest you is Carrer Les Ramillers, with a curious hole in the wall that can easily be passed by if you don't know what it is. Torno de los Huérfanos, or Turnstile of the Orphans. A turnstile where mothers who gave birth and couldn't raise a child left their offspring anonymously by activating a lever which would spin the turnstile, passing across into the Casa de la Misericordia, or House of Mercy in English. And just like that, the child would begin a life being raised by nuns. It operated for almost 400 years, and well into the 20th century. Another place to visit is the monastery St. Paul de Camp, or St. Paul of the Fields in English, so called because it was once located in the countryside. It was one of the first buildings in what later became known as the Raval.
Es un barrio que ha ido cambiando mucho con los años, ¿no? Desde que está el MACBA y posterior, digamos. Y bien, está bien, hay buen ambiente.
MACBA, Barcelona's contemporary art museum, is a place of note, as well as its square full of skaters. Other emblematic and unmissable constructions, not just in the neighbourhood, but all of Barcelona, include the Contemporary Culture Centre of Barcelona, Liceu, Font de Canaletas, Palau, the Maritime Museum, the Wharf, and the Boqueria Market. If you want to prepare fresh food in your apartment, here you'll find over 300 stalls. It's the largest market in Catalonia. It offers the most diverse selection of food and is the most visited by tourists. And one point of interest in Barcelona that you cannot miss is the Columbus Monument, constructed for the 1888 Universal Exhibition of Barcelona. Inside, there is an elevator that takes you up to enjoy these views.
And yeah, Raval is nice. I'd like to live here.
And what's more, we're right here next to it. If you're coming to Barcelona, contact us and tell us what you need. We know the best places for you to stay in. We have an international team that can attend to you in English, French, Italian, German, Russian, Spanish and Catalan. If you stay with us, you'll have access to a 24-hour helpline. We're OK Apartment, the Barcelona specialists.